Yes! Okay, I had it on mute. I had it on mute by accident. That was stressful. That was a stressful 5 minutes. Hi, everyone. Yes, we have sound finally. Wow, I'm not a very smart man, okay? I left it on mute by accident. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're putting the hat on for good luck. There it is. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Looking very suave. Ready for a night on the town. Although there's nowhere I'd rather be than here with you guys having good fun. Let me know if the music is too loud. It shouldn't be too loud. It's just a little bit of background music. I thought it would be nice. Very nice. Got my grape juice. Wonderful grape juice. Cheers, everyone. Joanna Clark says, yippee, yippee, looking good. Thank you very much. It's all in the hat. It's all in the hat. Take this hat off. That looks terrible. Hi there, Marita. How's it going? And Jones asks, where's the rabbit? I've never had a rabbit before. I've always wanted a rabbit. I guess my parents never trusted me as a child to have a rabbit. Or a hamster or a gerbil. Sweet One asks, fermented grape juice? It is indeed rather fermented. Diana says, Ryan, we cannot hear your lovely voice. We can only hear the music. Is the music too loud? Let me know. We're just getting into it. We're just getting into it. Yes, it's a little bit of Christmas music. What can I say? You know, we're in June. Perfect time of year. Music is still a little loud. We're turning that baby right down. Let's turn that right down. You should barely hear it now, hopefully. That's the main thing. No music. Day Night says no music, please. In fact, they were screaming it, but they did say please, which is very polite. So I do appreciate that. Okay, so now the music should be much, much lower. If it's still bothering someone, let me know, let me know. Raymond says, any volume is too loud for Christmas music. Come now, Raymond. Where is your Christmas spirit in June? Never too early for Christmas. Diana still can't hear me. Diana, I think everyone else can hear me. I think so. So maybe I'm confused, Diana. Maybe try reloading the page. Hopefully that shall help you. Although we don't have an IT department here at Life of Ryan. It's just me, myself, and I. That's a great film, by the way, with what's his name? Jim Carrey. How is Ryan doing? Ryan is doing rather well on this glorious evening. 9 p.m. here in France. Still hot. I've got a fan behind me blowing air on my back. Yeah, it's nice. Can't complain. Not a complaint in the world. Okay, the music's ended. There you go. Has your nasty weather let up yet? I don't think we had any rain today, but to be honest, I'd rather have a little bit of rain and it be a little bit cooler as well, because we've been, it's been too hot. It's been way too hot here in France. All right, Diana, we managed to solve your problem. Excellent. Very good to hear, Diana. Very happy that you can now hear me. Now I can't speak. There we go. You've got sound. Now I'm losing my marbles, forgetting how to speak. But yeah, I'm glad you can hear me, Diana. Hope everyone is well, by the way. We've got almost 200 people watching us live from all over the world. Fantastic. Jazz Pierce, 5 a.m. here in Tasmania, Australia. Jazz, what are you doing still up at 5 a.m. or did you just wake up? In that case, I hope you have had your breakfast. It's very important. Most important meal of the day, breakfast, in fact. Can't beat Weetabix. It's very hot in the UK as well, according to Tarina. It's hot everywhere. It's that time of year, isn't it? Here in Europe, summertime, heat waves, drought, crazy times indeed. All right, I'm getting a little bit behind on the comments, so I'm just going to skip a few. I do apologise. Big plans for this coming week. I do have some plans, but not too many plans, to be honest. I'm still trying to formulate a schedule. Obviously, very exciting things should be happening over the summer. I'm eager to pop to an antique shop, and haven't seen Billy in almost a week now since I surprised him, so I'm eager to pop up and see Billy as well. Billy from the YouTube channel, The Pethricks. He's my best friend, of course, for anyone who doesn't know. And he has a couple of packages for me that arrived just before I went on my break. So they've been there for about a month now. So if you're watching and you sent me 1 or 2 packages, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Of course, I always advise people, don't send me anything, nothing necessary. But I believe somebody has sent me a package after watching the last live stream. And this package contains some consumables, I believe. Chocolate, I think it's chocolate. So I'm very excited about that. That's the best gift a man could get, is chocolate. So thank you so much, whoever you are. I will be opening it up and thanking you again once I actually find the contents of the box. Unless it's arsenic. In that case, don't. I won't be thanking you if that's the case. I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure it's just delicious candy. Lisa says, me and my mum love seeing antique shopping. Can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm eager to find some new antique shops, but it's never simple to scout for new antique shops because it involves a lot of travelling around, and there's always that risk that you turn up and once you ask to film, they say no. It did happen a few times on mine and Billy's last antique shopping trip. We had 2 different antique shops turn me down for filming, which is up to them, you know. It's free promo at the end of the day. It's because we do have viewers who genuinely enjoy the antique shopping and want to visit these antique shops, because some of you guys obviously come to France, and yeah, I'm always a bit surprised when they do say no, but I mean it's totally up to them, to each their own, you know. Some people, they might not need the marketing, who knows, but I do love going around antique shops and showing you guys the treasures or lack thereof. But every antique shop is hiding something interesting for sure. There's always something nice to see. How's your Nana's car doing? You did such a great job. Yeah, it's doing really good. It's absolutely fine. Just the battery, thankfully. I didn't have like one of those multimeter things to determine if it was the battery or the alternator, but it seemed like it was the battery, so we changed it and it worked just fine. Yeah, pretty simple job really, changing a battery. Just annoying when it's on a weekend and every garage is closed, so we ended up having to drive a long way to a battery specialist shop. We managed to get there an hour before it closed, so quite lucky. Joanna Clark asks, what's your favourite breakfast? At the moment, I like Weetabix. Nice and healthy enough, I guess. You know, not the healthiest, but it is pretty healthy, Weetabix. But dairy, milk. Is milk healthy? I don't know. No sound again? People still saying no sound? Mrs. B66 asks, how far away are the Pethricks from you? Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes drive one way, something like that, on a good day. Depends if I get stuck behind a tractor or not, or if I decide to go through the town, if I get hit with traffic. So yeah, okay, so we do have sound. That is good, that is good. Robert Zamek, Robert, sorry, I cannot speak. Robert is the grape juice. Robert Zammit, hi from Malta, here, hot here too. Can't read either. There you go. Yeah, Malta. Love to visit Malta one day. Beautiful. So many nice places to visit in Europe. So many places I haven't seen. Would be awesome to just hop on a plane and start traveling around Europe a little bit, but not now, of course. But a lot of history in Europe as well. Beautiful architecture. Plenty to see. Joanna Clark asks, do you wear a watch? I do wear a watch usually, although not right now. Helps me tell the time. It's usually what they do. Although nowadays you get watches that can do everything, like answer texts and stuff, smartwatches. A little bit too much tech for me, I'm afraid. I just stop with the phone. That's enough tech for me. But has anyone seen what Apple is releasing now? These virtual reality goggles, really weird stuff. We're getting more and more disconnected from the real world, folks, and it's quite worrying. Is this an old video? No, it's not. It's live. I'm talking to you. Live. Are you really related to Ed at Bordeaux Life? Yes, Michelle, he is my biological father. That's a joke. No, I'm not. I'm not really. He's just a lovely, lovely man. Beautiful man. Lovely eyes. Diana, Ryan, where'd you get your ideas for your videos? Just come up with them, really. When I'm feeling inspired, you know. And when you're doing daily videos as well, it can be a struggle sometimes. But you just film what happens throughout the day and try and make it as interesting as possible during the edit, you know. It's important to come up with a story and just make it fun, make it entertaining. And then you're a bit challenged to, you know, you have to make your life more interesting as well, which is fun. Go out, do stuff. I really enjoy looking at properties for sale. I love kind of hunting for properties. And unfortunately, it's quite difficult to set up meetings and stuff. You know, it takes a lot of time to set up a meeting to be able to see inside a property. But I'm still working on that. So hopefully we will eventually go inside places for sale and see the inside, not just photos. Stu Matthew asks, were you born in France? If not, how did you settle into the schools? I was not born in France. I was born in England, just outside of a little place called London. And how did you settle into the schools? So I came over in the year 2000, about 23 years ago, with my family and brother. Schools were a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. We were the only English kids in school. And we were like little aliens compared to the French kids. I mean, this is going back 23 years, rural France. Internet wasn't widespread back then. It was just kind of, you know, getting fashionable, I guess you could say. Social media did not exist, so cultures were a lot more closed, let's say. You know, you had the French culture, the English culture, they were a lot more different. So, yeah, it's strange. It was a bit of a struggle from time to time. But I would say the worst experience, the biggest culture shock was when I was a teenager, like 11, 12, 13, going from a kind of small-ish normal school to a private school in a big town. And the private school was it was just a very kind of strict religious school, and it was not pleasant. Very snobbish, many snobs. Teachers were bad as well, apart from a few of them. Absolutely terrible. Terrible times. Terrible times. Bill's in the house. No more chain, I noticed. I've still got it. I just stopped wearing it. With this heat, you know, the sweat. It's not fun. How will anyone know you're from Essex without it? Very true. We do like our bling in Essex. For anyone who doesn't know, Essex is the county in England in which I am originally from, just next to London. Although London seems to be merging into one great big thing now. It's crazy how big London's getting. England's overdeveloped anyway. In fact, I saw something really worrying, shocking in the news. Let me try and find it. Just give me a sec, all right? I want to find this article. And it's about the population in the UK. It's going to overtake, right? Listen to this. Give me a second, give me a second. I need to find the news article. I'm going to share it with you guys. You're going to love it. Just a second. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I've got it. I've got it. Right. How are we going to... Let's do the screen share. Oh, no. So I learned how to do this, but now I've completely forgotten. That's great. Share screen. I think that's right. Let's do that. Share screen, and we click this one, and we click... Whoops. Right, I've got the second monitor going. We click share. This should work. There it is. Share. Okay. Add to scene. There we go. Ooh. Looking a bit rough. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Don't know if you can see this. There we go. UK population to be bigger than France for the first time ever after record migration. Yeah, the gap between the UK and France's population has been closing for decades. And they're just ads there, so ignore those. But by 2025, everyone. Right, let's get rid of that. There we go, I'm back. So by 2025, the UK's population is going to be more than France, which doesn't seem very important, but it is when you look at the size of the UK compared to the size of France. People have a lot less room to move about. Crazy, crazy. And that's why the quality of life here in rural France is so much better as well. Just got more space, less traffic on the roads, less people around. Are you still in a relationship? Yes, I am. I don't really talk about it much. I like to keep that private life private, because I remember when I first started talking about private stuff, just like relationship in general, the gossip, you know, a lot of weirdos on the internet. So I prefer to keep stuff private as well. Most of you are lovely though, I must say. Joanna Clark asks, do you miss England? I do not. Again, I shall say the biggest thing I miss is the food. That's about it. Although I would love to go back, because it's been almost 10 years, I think. So I'd love to go back with Billy. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. Hey there, Pam. Will Nanny Jean be in more videos? Of course, of course. I'm helping her with the website. I'm making the website as we speak today. Yeah, so she'll be in more videos as well. You know, I'll be popping around there on the regular. Oh, have you experienced any paranormal activity yet at the convent? Apart from when I went there with Billy on video at night time with some weird stuff, you know, the little stick on the stairs and that. Apart from that, not particularly. I do hear the odd slamming door in the background, like on the other side of the convent. And because the convent's such a big building as well, if a door slams, it will echo through the hallways, and you can be the other side of the building, you'll still hear it, which is a little bit eerie. But it's a beautiful building, it really is. It's lovely. Is there something there? I do not know. I couldn't answer that. Diana's left another lovely comment. I love France, and hopefully one day I will be able to buy my own chateau, Maison de Maître, with outbuildings and land, so I can hold events to raise money for charities. That's a lovely thought, Diana. Of course, it is a common dream to own one of these beautiful historic buildings. There's a lot that goes into it, especially when it comes to maintenance costs, taxes, and higher bills. And because it's an older building as well, you just got to be careful of the structure of it and everything. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful way of life for sure. If one can afford it, then why not? And looking at the prices of, you know, property in California, New York, and a lot of places in America, it does make sense if you can afford it. But again, you need to have the income to back it up, or if you're already retired, you've got a decent pension, then why not? Why not? But that's one thing I do want to make clear about France. Properties are cheap, especially in rural France. But you go to Paris, they're not going to be cheap. You know, they're expensive. But Paris is where most of the jobs are, especially the well-paying jobs. So it is a balance, like all things in life. We can't have it all. But again, if you're retired or you just want to buy a holiday home, make the most of it. Rural France is where to be. Try to look for treasure at your parents' property with a metal detector. Good idea. Haven't done it yet. Haven't done it yet. I should. I definitely should. I mean, this place is very historical as well, so could find something. Ryan, is it your goal to purchase a home in Laval? Not particularly Laval. In this area, definitely, to be close to friends and family. I don't necessarily want to be in a town. Town's a little bit more expensive. Small village or complete countryside will do me nicely. Is it school where you learned French? Yes. I learned French in school because I was just about 5 years old at the time. Very easy for me to learn French. In fact, when I first started YouTube, I had people who, you know, these mad conspiracy theorists who thought that I couldn't even speak French. I was just lying for some reason. I don't know why I would lie about that. Makes no sense to me, but to each their own. The Williams' Wonderful World, is that your grape juice? Yes, it is. Part of my 5 a day. Oh, this is a good comment. I would love to see you on a road trip through the USA. I would love to do that as well. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely wonderful. Although America's very big, so it would take me a while to get through there as well. Ryan, have you looked for any places in Italy? Why not get a holiday home? Never been to Italy before. Apparently it's beautiful. Not too far from France. You can drive there, but I want to get established in France first. Although, to be honest, I've been to Spain many times, and Spain is amazing. What a beautiful country. So much history in Spain. I love it. Helen says, I know, Ryan, our town is becoming one huge housing estate. Yeah, I guess that's a reference in the UK situation. Housing market is crazy as well. Such a shame. Such a shame. Malta is stunning. My late was posted to Malta for 2 years. She was in the Rents. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds good. WRENS. Women's. I don't know what that stands for. I'm so sorry. I think it was in the mid-50s when my mum was there. Wow. Wow. I'd love to go back in time. If someone invents time travel, let me know. When and where. Oh, this is a good question. I think I never answered this before. Do you have any close French friends? Yeah, I stayed in touch with a couple of friends from school, but to be honest, I haven't spoken to them for a few months now, sadly, and we don't see much of each other. You know, after school, people go in their separate ways and do their own thing, but yes. Of course, when I was at school, I only had French friends. Lovely people, the French. Love the French. Ryan, do you really need to commit to buying a property at this point? Surely you will inherit from your parents or grandparents at some point. Oh, I don't like to think in that way. You know, it's a little bit, what's the word? That's kind of like a dark way of seeing things. You know, I don't really think like that. I wanna kind of do my own thing at the same time as helping family, of course. And whatever happens in the future. But yeah, I do want to get established on my own and get a little place of my own to renovate and put my own stamp on. Most certainly. All right, I'm gonna scroll down. I'm sorry, I want to go to the recent comments. Question, how are the donkeys doing? They are doing fine. Of course, we don't have them anymore. They're at a wonderful sanctuary and they are both in good health. Morbid, yeah, that's the word. A little bit morbid. But I understand the trail of thought with that comment. You know, I am in a very fortunate position to be close with my family, and my family, you know, works very hard and found success, and I want to work very hard and find success on my own as well. Yeah, Joanna Clark says, get a little house. Eventually I shall. I'm still saving up for it. Still saving up with time. It's more so building a relationship with the banks than money, to be honest. Building trust, super annoying. I had a terrible bank for like 10 years. Hate them so much. And I feel like they held me back because they'd never make time for me. They'd never advise me in any way. So then I had to go down a new path, get a new bank, get an accountant to advise me. And now I finally, at the age of 28, I feel like I know what I'm doing, what I have to do to get that much needed mortgage. And yeah, it is what it is, as they say. It is what it is. Ooh, would you consider buying property as a bed and breakfast? Yeah, why not? I mean, if the property were big enough, I don't know how big my first property shall be, but yeah, anything's possible. There's so many bed and breakfasts here in France already. The competition is high. I think the key to a successful bed and breakfast is just be different, in a good way, of course. So yeah, have a little niche. Like with my parents, my family, they have fishing lakes. Or if you go down the luxury route, you know, if you have a beautiful chateau. Not that I plan to ever have a chateau, but yeah. Chateaus are a little bit too big for me. Ah, this is a good question. Don't they use credit scores in France? Must you establish a relationship with one bank? You don't necessarily need to, you know, establish a relationship with one bank. You can go to a mortgage broker and get a mortgage as long as you have the all of the, you know, your bank statements, your banking history. They'll probably give you a loan anyway. But it's, I found in the past, now this is going back a while, what my family used to do was obviously build up a rapport with one bank to get a loan, a mortgage. And with my existing bank, they want me to build that rapport with them. So it takes time, but it is what it is. And I don't think they have credit scores in France. It's not like in the UK or the States. I think you have credit scores as well. We don't actually have a credit score in France. They do it on a different way. Strange. The key is to be clean and friendly. Yeah, being clean and friendly when you go to a bank or any meeting definitely helps, especially the clean part, you know. Have a wash. Yeah. Can't wait to see your renovations for an office. I can't wait either. Very exciting. Hopefully we'll get started on that in the near future. I've been thinking about it so much. I'm definitely leaning towards what I plan and what I said in the video. So renovate that space. I'm not going to go crazy, not going to go overboard, but I have my vision and it should work out. Can you use a UK bank in France? No, I don't think, as if I live in France, which I am, I don't think I'm allowed to have a UK bank. I've never had one either. I've never had a UK bank. I don't think I could even open one. Unless you have to live in England to open a UK bank, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, if you're already in England, you come over, your UK bank's open, and you don't tell them that you live in France, you could maybe keep it open, but it's up to you. You definitely have to tell the French government though. If you've got a foreign bank, I'm pretty sure you have to let Let wherever you are, wherever you're living, they have to be aware. At least that should be how it works in the EU, within the confines of the European Union. Michelle says, not a big deal, Ryan. I got my first and only mortgage at 42 years old. It will be paid when I'm 72 years if I live that long, lol. I certainly hope you do live that long, Michelle. Good to know as well. You know, it's never too late to follow your dreams in life or to get a mortgage. Very good to know. Oh, this is another great question. Tom, hi Ryan. What are the broadband speeds like in Eurofrance? I can imagine it might be frustrating when uploading each day. Tom, that's a great question that deserves a sip of grape juice. Well, Tom, I'm glad you asked, because growing up in rural France, when it comes to the internet, it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. The speeds were terrible until one day we did get a letter through the letterbox. Probably about 5 years ago now, there was a hint that fibre optic broadband was coming to the countryside, to everywhere in the department of the Mayenne, in fact. And they did it about 4 years late. I think it was last year that they finally finished it. And now we have fibre here at my parents' house. So the speeds are insane. It's like, I think it's 500 gigabytes up, 500 down, which means I can upload a video within a couple of minutes. Not a problem. So yeah, internet issues are a thing of the past for me. But I know the struggle. I know the struggle all too well. And that's the same for a lot of, in this department, most places will be able to connect to fibre optics. So even if you're moving to the middle of nowhere, you can have super fast internet. What type of house is your favourite? Chateau, manor, farmhouse, something else? I think every different category has their certain charm. Obviously, a chateau, they're beautiful things. Beautiful. You know, they were built as a way to show wealth, and the architecture of some of them, most of them in fact, is just a sight to behold. But yeah, I like the idea of a little cottage, traditional, not too big, beautiful stonework, like behind me. But my favourite, hard to say. I'm not a big fan of modern. That's what I can tell you. What I don't like. Not the biggest fan of modern, although even a modern house definitely has its advantages when it comes to energy costs and all that fun stuff. They just want a good down payment and see you have income. Yes, but unfortunately they want multiple years of proof of income, especially when you're self-employed. If I had a contract, a work contract, wouldn't be a problem. As long as I had the contract and the down payment, they wouldn't really care too much. I could probably easily get a mortgage. But because I have a company, and I'm essentially, well, my company's paying me, so I'm self-employed. They don't trust me. It's up to them, but it is what it is. I'm building that trust, and with time, we will reach our goal. I thought it was something like that, Diana. Women's Royal Navy. Sorry that I didn't know. Very good though, very interesting. And I've learned something new. Are you going to buy a fixer-upper and video all the repairs, or are you looking to buy a ready-to-move in place? Definitely going to go for a fixer-upper. Nothing structural, but yeah, something that has to be properly renovated. Because yeah, I can film it, and also when I finally do the office that I'm planning on renovating, the new little renovation project, then it's a good little practice run as well, you know, when I buy my own place. That's super exciting. Joanna Clark says, have a wash. Yes. Very important to have a wash when going into meetings. And in fact, in general, have a wash every day. Very important. Sharon says, I'm wondering if you're improving that building can help with the taxes you pay. Well, if it's for a YouTube studio, then technically it can probably be a business expense because it will be for like as an office. But I'll just let my accountant deal with all that fun stuff because I am not a big fan of the, what's the word, bureaucracy. That top hat is tops on you, Ryan. Thank you very much. It's an antique one from Paris. It folds in, folds out. I bought it in an antique video way back when. Way back when. Oh, another good question. Do you have dual citizenship? No, sadly not. I could have got it easily at the age of 16. I could have been half English, half French. But back then, Brexit was never a thing, and there was no reason to go for it because the UK was in the EU, we had freedom of movement, so never bothered. But now I certainly wish I would rather be French than English, just because that freedom of movement within the EU is a beautiful thing to have, and is what it is though. So maybe one day I will be French or dual citizen. Michelle is going now. Gotta go, Ryan. Have a wonderful Sunday tomorrow. Sunday tomorrow? Sunday today. Thanks for... Is it Sunday today? Sorry, I gotta check. Yeah, Sunday today. Thanks for answering my question today. First time for me. Oh, that's great, Michelle. I'm glad I could answer you. Bill asks, do you really need permits to renovate the inside of your own building? Does Sean have to wait with his outbuildings? No, it all depends. So Sean probably doesn't have to wait because if his buildings were always just buildings, like the use of a building, if it's like a home, a house, livable, as they say, habitable in French, then it's fine. But I need to check with that building that I featured in my video, what is the use? If it was agricultural, then it's got to be changed or something. I don't know. I believe I need to let the local council know. I think you have a troll. Oh, we always get trolls in the chat from time to time. There's always the odd weirdo hanging around. No, but nah, most people are lovely, and I don't mind the trolls. I take them in my stride. Good old troll. I did get some weird comments when I went on my break, when I had that little break. Oh, some people, most people, absolutely lovely. Hey Ryan, happy birthday. Enjoy your time away. We'll be here waiting, blah, blah, blah. Lovely comments, 99%. And then there's like a few comments like, Ryan, how dare you have a break? You only had a break a few months ago. How dare you? Oh, crazy, absolutely crazy. Just to explain, with YouTube, it allows me the freedom to do videos when and where I like, and I wasn't feeling it, so yeah, I went on a break. What's the big deal? I was still posting every couple of weeks. It's not the end of the world, but I'm back now. I needed that break desperately, and it's got me back into the swing of things, so I'm feeling good, feeling refreshed. Joanna Clark asks, what clothes shop do you like? Where do I get my clothes from? I usually just buy clothes online. There's a French shop called Kiabi, which is really cheap. Like cheaper than, it's like H&M but cheaper. So yeah, I just go to the discount section of Kiabi, or yeah, just anywhere on, excuse me, anywhere online. Try to find them good deals, wait for the discounts, you know. Beggars can't be choosers, as they say. Emma says, hi Ryan, from Madrid. Is it difficult to buy a home from banks or public administration? Love your channel. No idea. No idea. That's a good question. Very good question indeed. Buying a home in France is always a lengthy process. It takes at least a couple of months. At least. And you have to go through a notary, which is a good thing in a way, you know? It is a good thing. It avoids any scams and issues that can arise. Also, I've been to Madrid once. I got the train from the south of Spain and then I was flying out. I spent one night in Madrid. Didn't see much of it, to be honest. I wish I did. Seems like a nice place. Lovely trains in Spain. Oh. Hello from Southeast Alaska. Crikey. Bet that's pretty chilly, is it not? It's 9:30 here, by the way, everyone. 22:10. Any questions are welcome. And I want to say thank you to everyone as well for the continued support and viewing of my channel. I do plan to continue making daily videos. It's going great. But today I thought I'd do this live video because I had a lay-in today. Took it easy today. And it's been really, really hot. Amy says, how much longer for your braces? I had them. It made a huge difference in the long run. Yeah, sadly, because I started the treatment, you could say, I got braces in when I was in Asia. I can't really do it out here because the waiting list is way too long. And I thought, oh, you know what, I'm not going to bother anymore. Because in France, dental care is a bit of a nightmare. I don't know if it's the same all over France, but just haven't had great luck with it. So that's it. They're going to stay like this unless I move to Asia long term at some point in the future. I'll get them perfect, but it's an improvement. I can feel like they're more straight, which is the main thing. Although they're a bit tinted by the grape juice at the minute. I'm going to brush my teeth afterwards. Oh, another good question. What did you get for your birthday? I don't think I got anything. That's a great question. I'm trying to think. I told everyone to not get me anything for my birthday. I categorically did not want anything for my birthday. Friendship and love, that's gift enough. Gift enough for me. Sharon says, Ryan likes Burberry. Fun fact, I have got that lovely Burberry shirt with the Burberry pattern. I've never bought any Burberry new. I bought a Burberry scarf for like $15 or $20 in Spain, funny enough. So it's in euros. And that was second hand. Great deal in a thrift shop. The thrift shops in France are not too good, to be honest, but down in Spain you get some good deals. And that shirt, the Burberry shirt, was a hand-me-down from my great aunt, who was a cleaner for a banker, and that shirt is probably 20 years old. Might even be older than me, I don't know, that polo shirt, but hey, still good quality. Can't be paying for Burberry, very expensive. You, Billy, Sean, Michael, etc., if any, who's a pickier eater, or will you all pretty much try anything? Yeah, there's not much I don't like. Billy likes, he's not a huge fan of like very vegetable focused foods, I would say, unless there's a bit of meat, you know, there's got to be something of sustenance on the plate, which I can completely understand and agree with, especially with the amount of energy he exerts throughout his day. He needs a hearty meal, definitely. I do like a steak as well myself, to be honest. Yeah, no one's really picky, I don't think, not that I know of. What does your brother do? That's a good question. So for anyone who doesn't know, I've got an older brother. I think he must be in Australia now at the moment. What does he do? He does some sort of consulting or something. Very successful, very proud of him, very good man. Absolute legend. Oh, what's this here? We've got a super chat for $9.99. Thank you so much from the Williamses. Thanks for answering so many questions for everyone. That's very kind of you. Much appreciated and certainly not necessary, but I appreciate it so much. Very kind. Very, very kind indeed. And now I've lost comments. Just a moment, please. Okay, I think we're back. I've lost my comments. Where were we? We'll figure it out. Imagine other people. Oh, ye be warned. When are you and the Pefrix going to give Dan a hand in his chateau? I'd love to see Dan's chateau. That's Dan from Escape to Rural France. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. OMG, it's Ryan live. WTF. Yeah, I know. Can't believe it myself. And Patricia with a super chat as well. Thank you very much for those $5. That's incredibly kind of you and much appreciated, although not necessary, of course. Keep your hard-earned money. Your comments are more than enough for me, but I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Nanny Jean is an inspiration. She is indeed very inspiring, doing what she's doing with the energy. In fact, can we get a bit of music in here? Let me know if you can hear the music. Is my volume muted or something? Okay. Yeah, we've got some music. Let me know if it's too loud. Have you been to Spain, Ryan? I live in Andalusia. Okay, I think the music's too loud. Andalusia, I have indeed been to Andalusia. That's how they say it, I believe. I've been to Malaga, Sevilla. I don't know if that's in Andalusia though. Where else have I been? I've been around there, around that area. Beautiful. Love the architecture, especially in Malaga. Stunning. Stunning. All right, let's turn the music up a tiny bit. That should be good. Tom asks, is Mick Petherick as much of a legend in real life as he seems in the videos? Even more, Tom. He is even more of a legend. Believe you me. Cheers to Mick. Sip of grape juice. I think I sipped my grape juice on your comment again last time, Tom. What you doing? Trying to get me drunk. Hi Ryan, miss you and see you in the fall, Darcy. Yeah, can't wait to see you, Darcy. Hope you have a safe trip out to France. And I don't know where you are. You must be in Texas, I'm guessing. But looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Rita asks, do you ever plan to visit the States? You know what? I would love to visit the United States of America, best country on earth, according to the Americans. But for real, no, it's beautiful. I'm sure it's an amazing country, and I would love to visit. Would love to visit. Such a diverse country. You know, you got snow, you got beaches, you got things and stuff to see. The parks, the national parks. Yeah, I would love to visit. And he says, music, don't get your live stream struck for copyright, you'll lose the money raised. Don't worry, the music is licensed, so fortunately for me, I don't have to worry about the copyright. I pay for a license for all the music on my channel. I think that's why I'm actually on Life of Ryan instead of the other channel, Bantamine, because I don't want to pay for a second license. They're quite expensive. So I just grabbed a load of songs from there and I thought I'd put them in the background. Diana asks, can you get free editing programs for editing? Yes, you can. In fact, there is a free version of the program I use, and the program is called DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, you can use that, and the free version is very full anyway. It's a very you could edit, you can make videos all day long using that. So fantastic. So there you go. Although there is a learning curve with DaVinci, so you gotta practice a lot with DaVinci. RMK disagrees with me and says it's not the best country on earth. I'm sure more of us would leave if given the opportunity. Yeah, I think no country's perfect, that's for sure. You do hear the odd horror story, obviously coming out of the States, but I'm sure there's plenty of beautiful places in the States. And I would love to visit, I really would. Bluebird asks, have you ever visited the chateau from Beau Chateau? No, but I fully intend to. They've actually dropped in the live streams in the past. So shout out to the Beau Chateau. I love their channel as well. And they seem like really nice people. Jason says, we can't wait for you to buy property of your own and rehab it. Videos can pay for it and stuff. Yes, I completely agree. Jason, I would absolutely love to have my own place and just be able to just go mad with it. But unfortunately, you know, it takes time. What can I do? So it's frustrating. It is frustrating, don't get me wrong, but I'm playing the long game, as they say. Patience is a virtue, and I'm sure it will all pay off in the end. Hopefully. Oh, here we go. Tom's commented again. Thanks, Tom. Bill says, Ryan, music in the chat is kind of weird, but whatever makes you happy, lol. Yeah, I grabbed the songs a little bit randomly, all right? And I'm sure this beats the Christmas music for a lot of people. Anyway, okay, I'll change the song. There you go, Bill. All right, Darcy is joining in with the grape juice drinking session. It's actually sangria, so it's not that strong, thankfully. I'll be rolling on the floor otherwise. Renee says, I would move to France, but my husband is set on California. Well, two different worlds. Maybe you can split your time and visit France regularly, you know, spend a couple of months in France, here and there. Don't know. It is a balance. It's a hard balance to find. And California is quite far from France as well, unfortunately. But I'm sure California is very nice as well. I've seen it in some of those American movies, and it looks beautiful. Aisha says, I wish I could leave and move to Portugal. Portugal apparently is a stunning country. Absolutely beautiful. What is the one thing you would like to buy but are too frugal to purchase? Well, it used to be business class. seats when traveling, but I managed to get over that frugality. Once you get a business class seat, it changes the way you travel. You can actually sleep on the plane, and being 6'3" or whatever I am, sometimes I feel like I need it, but I'll still travel economy. Just based purely financially based. But yeah, I do love business class. I must admit, can't always use it, but when I can, if I've got enough points or whatever, it's definitely well worth it for me. But as for too frugal to purchase, I would say probably a car. I have no debt as it stands, and I'm obviously saving up for a house, so I'm too frugal to purchase a new car or a used car. So, but there's nothing wrong with my car. It's just like 17ish years old or 15 years old. I have no idea. But still works, still drives, and that is the main thing. Love my car. What you see in the movies is not the USA. I'm an expat Aussie. Well, that's the thing. I mean, we only get that outside perspective unless we actually go and visit the country. So I don't know much until I actually get the chance to go there. One day I do hope. Sup, Ryan? Love your show. John from the USA. Love you, John. Thanks for the support. Much appreciated. Lovely comment indeed. Stephanie says, true about business class, the best way to go. It is. If only it were that little bit cheaper. It is brutal. It is and the price of flights have gone up. So I only went business class this time because I went economy on the way there. So, and I didn't spend a lot anyway because I don't have to worry about accommodation and transportation when I'm out in Thailand. So fortunately for me, I basically spent nothing apart from food. So yeah, I thought, you know what, it was pretty cheap as well. I was like, okay, I'll go for it this one last time. Are you tempted to move to Asia as the cost of living is so cheap? Um, hmm. You know what? I could as easily live in Asia as I could in France because it's a beautiful country. The food's amazing. I mean, Thailand is, and it is indeed very cheap. But my friends, family, my life is in France, and I'm very happy in France as well. But who knows? Maybe in the future. Not for now. Definitely not for now. Kath Smith asks, does your girlfriend have any plans to come to France? Yes, at some point in the future, certainly, without a doubt. But these things take time. I mean, even just getting a visa is really annoying when you're outside of the EU because you've got to get a Schengen visa and you have to justify everything. Whereas when you're within the EU already and you want to travel somewhere, like travel to Asia or South America, it's easy. Sometimes you just get a visa on arrival, doesn't cost anything. Yeah. You don't know how far you can sail until you lose sight of the shore. Travel the world, collect memories, and knowing you, Ryan, you have wacky stories to tell. Thanks so much for the wonderful comment, Jason. Yeah, that's very true. Very true indeed. Nothing beats traveling sometimes and seeing a new place, learning a new language, discovering a new culture for the first time is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Much love to you, Jason Nash. Judy Allen asks, do you read novels / biographies, etc.? I read a lot of like crime, like wouldn't say like they're mysteries. You know, like the kind of what's the word? I'm looking for a word. Um, like the book I just read. What's it called? So that's what I'm saying. Too much grape juice. Friend request, which is some book about like someone is supposedly dead, and then they send someone a friend request. So it's like an intense thriller. That's the word. Found it finally. Yeah, very good. Biographies, not so much. Never. I don't think I've ever read a biography before. Alexander loves the hat. Thank you very much. Laura G says hi from Vancouver. Love your videos. Laura G, I hope you're well. I saw in the news recently there are some wildfires in Canada. So I hope everything is okay. In this part of France, by the way, I don't think we've ever had any wildfires that I know of. Tom Hemmings asks, rugby or football? I do like the contact sport, Tom. The contact sport. Although I did catch the West Ham game a few days ago. My son is 6'5". He always takes the emergency exit on flights, so he has leg room. Good idea. Very good idea. 6'5". Crikey. Okay. What else did I want to mention? There was something I'm forgetting, actually. Just checking my messages quickly on my telephone. Okay, I think we're good. No new messages. We are good. Hope everyone is well, by the way, on this lovely Sunday evening. Any plans for tomorrow? Let me know. Would love to know what you guys are up to. What your life is like. What are you doing? My wife is 5 foot, so we just put her in the overhead compartment. Yeah, well, what can I say to that? Oh, good one, good one. Hopefully you save money on a ticket. Hi from Ohio. You are adventure. Keep up the good work. Nan and Grandad have a beautiful place. They do indeed. Nice to see you helping out. Much love. Yes, yes. Thank you for the lovely comment. The Williamses. I have 2 boys, aged 9 and 11. They are in summer camps next week. This next week. Wow. Awesome. I would love to have gone to a summer camp at that age. Definitely. You know, make new friends and, yeah, go on adventures, but never did. Instead, I just used to go with my friends, you know, from school, adventuring on our bikes through the various French villages. Good times. Good times. Any little Ryans in the future? Who knows? Time will tell. Time will tell. Can you imagine it? I'll get them to film me. Little bit of free labour. If they can walk, they can hold a camera. That's the main thing. Julie Allen asked, wine, beer or spirits? Well, neither would be ideal from a health perspective, but unfortunately, I do enjoy a drink when the weather is very humid like this. I try to avoid beer because it's probably the worst in terms of putting on weight, I think. Is it? I But I do like a beer with this hot weather. I like cocktails, funny enough, like pina colada. If you'd like pina colada. I can't sing it because I'll get copyright strikes probably. Mojito. Moscow Mule. Very nice cocktail. So there you go. None of the three is my short answer. Cocktails for the win. A little bit of work goes into them, a little bit of intricacy, but it's well worth it for the taste buds. Annie Warbucks, transplanting. Tomorrow you shall be transplanting? Transplanting. Okay. Well, I hope that goes well. Sarah Thorin applying for unemployment tomorrow. Wish you all the best, Sarah. Wish you all the best. I've never applied for unemployment in France, but I heard I had a. It's a good subject, interesting subject, because I was at a yard sale, a boot sale, a vide-grenier here in France many years ago, and there was a group of English people who happened to be selling there at the stall, and they were very forthcoming with what they did. So basically they came to France, they would work in a factory for a certain amount of time, and then as soon as they worked there for whether it was 6 months or a year, I don't know the specifics, they would then leave the job and claim unemployment. Like deliberately, they had it all planned out. It's a bit naughty, you know, but well, I don't know. I guess if you're paying to the system, you know, have no idea. But yeah, quite surprising. So yeah, they have unemployment in France, but I guess it's only for people who have like actual job contracts and stuff. Because I've almost always been self-employed, or when I have worked for a company, it's always on non-permanent contract. So I've never been like a permanent employee, so I've never been able to have unemployment that I know of. Maybe I've been missing out, but then again, I'm always doing something anyway, so there you go. Life of Ryan, one of the channels I follow, teaching me Italian takes us to the grocery store sometimes. I really enjoy that. Can you take us to the grocery store sometime? Very good question. Maybe, perhaps, yes. I'd have to film a little bit discreet, because sometimes in France they can be very wary of the camera. Filming in public is fine, like outdoors is fine. Supermarkets are super weird when it comes to having a camera inside in France. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've got a suspicious face. I don't know. Would you trust me? I have no idea. You just mentioned West Ham. So West Ham is a football team, for anyone who doesn't know, in the UK. Is that what football team you support? Yes. I don't really support. If I were to support a football team, it would be West Ham United, for sure. But I don't really watch football or any sports really. So there you go. Sweet One says they have to walk their doggo, sorry. I'll catch the rest of this later. Have a great night, Ryan. Have a great night to you too. Have a great night to you too. I'm probably gonna get off now soon enough. This can't last for hours like last time. It's crazy. Good question from Bill. Did you get bored of your drone? I don't miss the all the time drone shots, but it was nice when you take it to castles and stuff. Yes. Well, I didn't get bored of it. It's just sometimes it could be a bit of like faffing around, you know, having a drone and taking it out and this and that. But I think when it comes to having a drone, the key, like when it comes to filming, because you said you don't miss the all the time drone shots, I think it's important to just like interject a little bit of footage where sometimes you probably won't even realize that you're using the drone. So sometimes I'd have a video, I do put it in the odd video, but it'll just be like 5 seconds of footage and that's it. and if you blink, you miss it basically. So it's a lot of effort, but for me, it's worth the shot. So I still use it from time to time, just not every video. And plus, if you're filming every day, then it's just too much to use anyway. I would like to get a new drone though. My drone's starting to get old now, so I bought it secondhand as well. They're super expensive. Jason says, no sports here or car talk. If you have PC or home repair questions, I'm your guy. Yeah, I'm similar to you in that sense. I like cars. I'm not like a car fanatic, but I like watching like car reviews and car repair channels. But I do like the nerdy stuff, like camera equipment, computers, laptops, PCs, building PCs that I've never done it before. But to each their own. Good man, Jason. You legend. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Ryan, if you could be an animal, what would you be? I would be, what's that bird called? I would be, let's get it up. Let's get it up. I've got this second monitor. I may as well use it. Right, I'm going to show you guys what I would be. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's get it up. Boom. No. Boom. Yep, there we go. All right, can you see it? It's a shoebill. Look at that. That is me. That is definitely me. What a beautiful animal. Can you see that? Has it frozen? Hang on. All right, there it is. Yeah. Beautiful animal. Shoebill. Shoebill. It's I don't know. It looks like a dinosaur, and they make like a machine gun sound with their beaks. Very interesting. Yeah. So there you go. That's what I would be. Why, you ask? Why not? I have no idea. I just really like those kind of weird looking, wacky animals. Beautiful things. Do you watch much YouTube? Yes, I do. I love YouTube. I watch property renovation channels, car review and renovation channels, like repairing crash cars and stuff like that, and financial advice channels and stuff. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know, just really weird stuff. Really weird. A variety of content, and that's the beauty of YouTube. You can find there's something for everyone. I even get my news from YouTube. Oh, we've had several black bears in our area of South Carolina recently. Do your relatives have scary wild animals near their fishing ponds? The only dangerous animals we would have are wild boar. So, like, what would you call it in? I don't know what you'd call this in America, like a hog. Is that what you call them? Hogs? I think you call them hogs, or just wild boar if you call them wild boar. Check this out. There we go. That's what we have plenty of here in France. I'm trying to zoom in, but it won't let me zoom. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, these things. Like hairy pigs. Dangerous hairy pigs. So there you go. Stay away from the hairy pigs, everyone. Megan K said that's terrifying. I'm sure you're referring to the shoebill. I think they're lovely. I think they're lovely. And they bow when they meet you. I never knew that. I didn't know they did that. Those things are nasty, downright mean. Are they really? Well, I would be the nicest shoebill known to man. They look lovely. Sarah Ford asked, do you ever get a chance to visit the States? Not yet, Sarah. Not yet. Hopefully in the future. I really would like to. I'd have to plan it. It would have to be like a planned tour. And maybe I'd even like be able to meet viewers, because I know a lot of viewers are from the States. So that would be awesome. I would love that. It'd just be super fun. Because I love meeting people. The few occasions that I've had the chance to meet people who watch the channel, it's been super. It's been fantastic. Well, there you go. See, rug cleaning videos. I never knew that existed, but there you go. That's another little niche to check out. I do like cleaning videos as well. There's some Eastern European woman who cleans people's apartments, hoarders' apartments, and they are filthy. And it is so good. It is so good. You wouldn't believe how satisfying it is to watch someone clean a filthy apartment. Weird, I know. Sean says, are you a flip-flops or sandals with socks kind of guy? In all truth, I wear flip-flops. But I wish I were a sandals with socks kind of guy. Because a sandals with socks kind of guy chooses comfort and functionality over society's preconceived notions of what's acceptable as footwear. So sandals with socks all day long. All day long. I'm not even kidding. If you've never tried sandals with socks, try it once. It will change your life. You can get fake glasses with cameras in there to film in stores. You know what? If the quality were good enough, I would do that. I would invest in like glasses with a camera in the middle. Just go around filming stuff. Probably highly illegal, but what does it matter? Unless you're filming, you know, if you're filming something, filming someone in particular, then it's wrong. But if you're just going around filming stuff, like a store, something like that, I think it's fine. Or just blur people's faces in the edit is what I could do. Darcy says, oh, Ryan, you are great to chat with. Ah, thank you very much. That's much appreciated. And Judy says, OMG, Ryan, you're wearing them like my old father-in-law. What? This is a lot of fun. I'm having fun. You know, I always enjoy answering your questions. It's always fun. Oh, do you know the history of your area during World War II? I don't know the history of this area specifically, but well, the Germans were everywhere. Even in this area, you know, they had a presence. They would occupy large buildings, and it's crazy, absolutely crazy to think that happened, you know, 80 years ago. But very interesting. I do love it. There's a lot more history in Normandy, which is just a couple of hours north, an hour or so north. Um, yeah, a lot of history there because that's where obviously you've got that's where D-Day, the beaches, that's where they are, and yeah, just a lot of history. I should try and find the history actually, find out a little bit more. Are you still wearing the teeth aligners? No, I finished the teeth aligners, but I have a clear. I'm not wearing it now, but I have a clear retainer to keep them in place. The Nashers. Megan Kay says, "What are you looking forward to this week?" I am looking forward to actually going to the supermarket because it was closed today because it's Sunday. So I want to go to the supermarket. I need to do a little bit of shopping and seeing Billy at some point this week. Seeing my uncle again. Of course, I'm going to pop in to my wonderful grandmother's and also going to start looking for a little bit of help with the renovation project office thing. I just need to contact a few people here in the local area and try and get prices for a few bits and bobs, source materials and all that stuff. But I am taking my sweet time with it. I don't want to rush too much. Are you far from the Loire Valley? No, no. The Loire Valley is on our doorstep, basically. That's a good question, actually. Where is exactly the Loire Valley? Because it stretches quite a way. Yeah, it spans 280 kilometers, the Loire Valley. So let's find a photo. I'll get it up on the screen. For anyone who doesn't know, the Loire Valley is amazing. No, that's not the Loire Valley. Do we not have a map of the Loire Valley? Where's Wikipedia when you need it? Crikey, that's a bright screen. Alright, we've got it. We've got it up. Hang on a second. Apparently, this is the Loire Valley. So let's check this out. Oh, why would you do that? The dots have disappeared. I can't believe it. Okay, so basically between dots 1 and 2, apparently that's the Loire Valley. Really? Okay. So there's Nantes. That's the town of Nantes. You'll find Nantes on a map quite easily. And then the Loire River, and basically all of this is the Loire Valley, I think. It stretches right into France. 280 kilometers. There's no clear map for the Loire Valley for some reason. Yeah. Oh, this is a good question. Are there a lot of squatters where you are? Now, that's a good question. I've never heard of anyone firsthand having a problem. Oh, actually, let me interrupt myself. Before Billy and Gwen bought Chateau de la Baminière, and before the previous owners had it, the chateau was occupied by squatters. There you go. Spraying graffiti and all that stuff. Yeah. So, I have heard of some instances of squatters. So squatters exist, and I would highly recommend that no one leave a property empty, unoccupied, because it'll get broken into. It'll get you'll get issues anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world. Ryan, could you teach us a few words of French, please, in ongoing chats? Yes, certainly. That's not French. What could I say? well, something very simple, you know. Bonjour, bonsoir. Bonjour is hello, good day, to be specific. Bonsoir is good evening. And if you're saying goodbye to someone, you would say bonne journée, which is like good day, but saying goodbye, have a good day. And bonne soirée if you're leaving them in the evening, which would mean have a nice evening, basically. Good evening. Comment allez-vous is the polite way to say how are you. Comment allez-vous? And there's a song as well. Hola, comment allez-vous? Don't know if you know it, you probably don't. Yeah, and then je ne sais quoi. I'm sure you've heard that expression very many times. Je ne sais quoi. It has a certain je ne sais quoi to it. I love saying that. Je ne sais quoi, which means like je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It has a certain je ne sais quoi. Yeah. We have squatters in our city's famous mansion, Powers Mansion. Powers Mansion, time to look it up. Powers Mansion. Is that in Sacramento, Robin? The Powers Mansion Inn. Yeah, it's terrible. They stayed there for 10 years without paying the mortgage. Hard to get them out. I mean, what can you say? Who would be on the side of a squatter? You know, why do we even have laws protecting squatters? If it's a clear case of squatting, it's terrible. You know, someone's property. So entitled. Some people are so entitled. Yeah, I'm gonna squat in this building. No one else is here. That means I should just squat. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Cheryl coming out with my favourite word, fromage, which means cheese. We do love our cheese in France. Oh, it's in Dakota. Dakota? Dakota. 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 Illinois. Well, at least I knew the state, right? Dakota. That's not Dakota, is it? Dakota. Decatur in French. Okay, so squatters are squatting in this huge mansion. Let me show you guys where the squatters are. Thanks for the info, Robin. First of all, we need to sort out the... what's going on? We've got a problem here. Okay, we've done the cookie settings. That's good. Well done. So squatters are in this mansion. Wow. I wish I was a squatter. Makes you want to be a squatter, doesn't it? Just kidding. Oh, Rita says, it's a bad problem here in the US. Squatting. Well, I guess with the price of real estate and the price of rent in the US as well, I don't know if you have a lot of social housing, but yeah, I can imagine it is a problem. The more expensive a places are, the more likely there are going to be squatters. Nutty to you says, out here we say cheese for pictures. Do you say fromage? No, we don't say fromage in France for pictures. We say, I think some French people say whistiti. Whistiti. I have no idea what whistiti means, but yeah, there you go. Renee Michel coming out with some more facts. Fromage is reason enough to live in France. I must agree that the French food in supermarkets, you know, it's delicious. It is. It's a thing of beauty to visit a French supermarket with some fresh produce inside. Not just vacant houses. There have been people who come back from vacation and find squatters in their home. That would make me sick, and I would I would, yeah, I'd go crazy. I wouldn't tolerate it. I wouldn't tolerate it. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Especially if you call the police and then they're on the squatter's side. Oh, well, you know, I mean, you weren't in the home. It's disgusting. Terrible. And then they destroy the place as well. That's the worst thing. They destroy it. Rita, I was a trailer park manager for years and I had to go through the park every day looking for people breaking in and staying at empty trailers. Yeah. But the thing is, the problem is, it's the type of person as well who is squatting is going to be an unsavory character who actually does damage to the property. You know, it's not as if they're coming in, they're gonna tidy up once they leave. No, they leave it much worse than when they found it, often destroying most of the place. Love your lives, Ryan. You're so authentic. Well, thank you very much. From Orkney Isles, Scotland. Would love to visit Scotland one day. What is your best item bought for yourself and other? Oh, okay. My best item. Well, bought for myself, I would have to say, probably my camera at the moment because I use it every day. So you end up with like an affinity, is that the word? That you have, you know, with something that you've always got with you. That I've bought for someone else. Well, off the top of my head, when I came back and surprised my mum and I bought all those flowers, it's nice to get the reaction, you know, a nice reaction, buying something for someone else and seeing them so happy and overjoyed. Yeah, so it's the simple things in life sometimes, you know. If you've got a loved one, buy them some flowers out the blue, and they'll love it. They'll love it. Flowers go a long way. Flowers, box of chocolates, will get you out of trouble every time. Jodie Shannon, sorry I brought up this. I brought up the subject. No, it's good, Jodie. It's good to it's good to bring up different subjects and to talk about it. Robin with a typically American answer, I would say, bring out the pew pew. Yeah. But then again, Robin also says squatters have more rights than the owners, and if that is the case, I think that's absolutely appalling. Appalling. Not that I support. I have to be careful with what I say because it is YouTube. I do not support any form of violence in any kind, way, shape, or form. There we go. Just covering my backside there. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good way to deal with squatters. A Canadian homeowner had a guy drop off loads of pig manure on the lawn where he had squatters. They moved out the same day, and the gardens probably never looked better. That's great. Hi Ryan, I'm in Tasmania and it's 6:30 a.m. That's an early start for you, Tanya. Hope you're well. Have you heard of Hadrian's Wall? As even people in the UK don't know what it is, I live near it. I have heard of it. I have heard of it. But before I say something silly, I just want to fact check myself. Where is it? Yes, so it was built by the Romans, that's correct. Was it built by the Romans? Yes, a Roman wall. It's a former defensive fortification. Yes, Hadrian's Wall. Very nice indeed, very wall. It's like the English version of the Great Wall of China. How long have you and your family been in France? Why did you move? Um, First of all, thank you for the question. And I do want to say, what is life like in Detroit, Michigan? Because I do hear that it used to be a very nice automotive hub, but now it's a bit run down. I don't know if that's true. It's just from what I've heard. But it does seem like a nice place. Especially Michigan State in general seems very nice, what with the Great Lakes and all that. But how long have we been in France? We moved over about 23 years ago. And we moved because I don't know really. It was a bit. I think initially the plan was to have a holiday home, and then my parents were like, "Oh, you know what? Let's just go for it. New adventure, new life," and that's it. The rest is history. You know, why not? At the end of the day. Ryan, what is the nearest large town to you? I'm not a creeper, 2,000 miles away. The nearest large town would be, well, probably Laval. Laval is a decent, excuse me, hiccups. Laval is a decent sized town and has everything you need, everything you could possibly want. Quite a nice town as well with a beautiful river going through it. Major crime in Detroit, not a good place to stop at red light. Just keep driving low. That's very reassuring. I'll make sure don't visit Detroit anytime soon. If I'm alone, I'll visit with a guide. Yeah. And even Sharon says it. I avoid the area if at all possible. It's quite worrying, really, to hear things like that. I mean, there are no-go areas in certain parts of big towns here in France as well. Um, I imagine not as dangerous. Probably still very dangerous, but from what we hear in the States, it can be quite dangerous as well over in the undesirable areas where there's a lot of crime, unfortunately. There are no-go areas in Paris, correct? Yes, absolutely. And the thing is, if you're a tourist in Paris, you'll always be a target for scams, schemes, and pickpockets. Not necessarily violent crimes. They're not going to pull out a gun or a knife, but they'll do a little scam on you and you pick your pockets. So be careful. Be careful. Keep on the move. Don't let anyone block you in the subway because they work in groups. Try to take private transportation. I know it's expensive, but if you want to get from A to B and you have something valuable, all your luggage, use a taxi to get to your hotel and then use public transportation once you've dropped off all of your valuables. That's what I would do. And don't carry big amounts of cash. You can pay by card everywhere in Paris anyway, for the most part. I had a friend who lost 600 euros, had their backpack pocketed, pickpocketed, backpack picked when they were in the subway, the metro system of Paris. And they had the backpack on their back. Silly, silly, silly. If you got a bag, put it on your front always when you're in a crowded area. Tracy asks, "Hi Ryan, what's the weather like in rural France now?" It's very hot, very humid. Even when it rains, it's still super humid. Not fun. Not fun, but nice. Don't get me wrong. Just a little bit too hot. It's dangerous everywhere, it seems today. Um, I think rural France, I feel safe. I feel safe here in France. I really do. In the countryside, it's completely different to French towns. Anywhere in a French town, I have my guard up. You have to be careful, just like anywhere else in the world. Um, but in France, I feel safe. Yeah. Even when I visited Asia, Singapore, even Thailand, I felt more safe than a French town. Yeah, definitely. French towns are not the best, in my opinion, but still nice to visit, of course. Like the architecture, the vibe, the atmosphere is beautiful. It's just the larger towns, you will get issues from time to time. When visiting Billy's convent, does it creep you out? How did you really feel when you went to check it out in the dark with him? We don't necessarily get creeped out, especially during the daytime. At night, it can feel a little bit creepy, I guess. Um, and I didn't feel too worried because we were. If put it this way, when going there at night, I wouldn't go there alone at night, just because it's so huge and there is like a vibe, not a vibe, but you do it to yourself. It's a psychological thing. It's like, oh, and especially because it's a lot of it's quite old, dated, and inside it's that 80s kind of hospital feel almost because there's so many rooms. It's so big. It's not like a house. Um, I think it's the feeling of being in such a big building on your own. It's not normal. I think it would be the same for any large building. If you were in a very big school or a very big office building at night on your own, I think that's what makes it a little bit more spooky, is the sheer size of the place. But it's a lovely place. It really is. It's amazing. Okay, everyone. It's been a while. I've had fun. It's been almost 2 hours, which I cannot believe it. But I am going to go very soon. Give it 5 minutes. If you sense a spirit, tell it to go towards the light. Good advice for any spirits. Yes. If I see one, I shall let them know. Thank you, Cheryl. But yeah, I don't hope to see one anytime soon. Say, Ryan, do you have any phobias? Yes. Fun fact. I'm not a fan of small lizards. The way they move very fast spooks me, like creeps me out. It's like, ugh. So yeah, lizards, spiders, I'm not the biggest fan of, but we get lots of spiders here in France anyway, so I'm kind of used to them. But it's just lizards. There's something about a lizard. And when I was in Thailand, there was a glass sliding door where we were staying one time that goes out to the balcony, and there was a lizard out on the balcony, and I was just kind of trying to shoo the lizard away because I was trying to get something from the balcony, and the lizard's just looking at me, kind of like, yeah, bring it on. So I'm like, just shoo, 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 and the lizard just beelines it towards me, trying to attack me. So I end up grabbing the sliding door with all my strength, slide it to close it, and it comes off the hinges and it falls onto the rail. It almost fell off the balcony, but thankfully there's the handrail at the end of the balcony that caught it. Didn't smash by some miracle, and the lizard lost its tail, but they do that when they're stressed out, I think. And I almost had a heart attack. So there you go. And that's why I hate lizards. So yeah, that's my biggest phobia. I'll probably have nightmares now about lizards, funny enough. I've got a lizard living outside, just outside my window here, so I dare not open it. What with the cost of living crisis, can't afford a light to point the ghost to. Yeah, it's crazy. Everything's so expensive nowadays. Ah, it's a shame. It really is a shame. It's really annoying. I've noticed it in France. The price of groceries and stuff has gone up like lately. I feel like it's just getting more expensive. And Billy said as well when he went to the UK, everything seems like 20% cheaper than France, which I was surprised to hear. So there you go. Peggy says, I love your house hunting videos. More shall be coming. I'll try and do one this week, actually, Peggy, just for you. Don't you worry, because I always enjoy doing them as well. Raquel asks, did you hear about the aliens that landed in a backyard in Las Vegas? Well, that is news to me, Raquel. Hope they came in peace. Hi Ryan, do you have family in the UK? I have. My mum's dad, so my grandpa, and probably the odd cousin dotted about here and there, but that's about it. I don't have many ties back to the UK. So there you go. Oh, snakes. Snakes. I don't like snakes either, Darcy. Snakes I'm not a fan of those reptiles. They just creep me out. They really do. The Las Vegas alien thing was actually in the news, Lol. Well, if it was in the news, then it must be true. So there you go. And Peggy asks, is France a good retirement place to live? France is probably one of the best places to retire to, especially in the countryside. If you're looking for a peaceful life, France has got everything you need. It really has. Definitely. I would love to retire in France. France is not a good place to have like a career or anything because you're heavily taxed. It's a very socialist country. But the quality of life's good, you know. If you can get over the annoying bureaucracy, there's not much more that can be annoying here in France. It's a lovely place, very central with regards to Europe, easy to get to various places, you know, across the Atlantic fairly quickly, back to the States, pop down to the Middle East for a tropical holiday if that floats your boat. I've never been. But yeah, very good. I love Europe in general. It's quite nice. Oh, this is a good question. Would it bother you to spend a night on the top floor of the convent? Yes, it would. Yes, absolutely. There's no way you'll catch me there. And Darcy says, if you saw it on Facebook or the internet, it must be true. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much, what do they call it nowadays? Fake news, misinformation. There's just so much BS, I would call it, on the internet nowadays. I mean, I even get comments where it's very rare, thankfully, in my comment section, but just people just making stuff up, and it's annoying. It is so annoying, and I don't get it with all these like gossip sites. Oh my god, I can't speak. Gossip sites and stuff like that. People just making stuff up. What's another word for it? Speculation about celebrities and stuff. Not that I'm a celebrity by any means, but yeah. All this speculation. Shouldn't even be in the news if it's speculation. How is medical care? Medical care is fantastic in France. It's very good indeed. The public medical care. You don't have to worry about anything. And if you're in the system, it's all covered with your taxes and stuff. So don't have to worry about that. Did you fix your windscreen yet? Yes, I did. I had it fixed, had it replaced for the second time this year, and hopefully for the last time, because I don't know if my insurance will pay out again for another one. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. Normally insurance will find a reason not to pay, but they paid. So I'm going to stay with them. Another good question. What do you think about Prince Harry and wife, or do you care? To be honest, I don't care. I am completely neutral and staying out of that subject. Yeah. Nah, don't really. I don't really follow their life, to be honest. But they're humans just like us. Allegedly. Who knows? I've never met them. But yeah. Do people know who you are when you're out and about? No, not really, because most of my viewers are from abroad anyway, which I think is a good thing. I've been recognised a few times and people come up to me, and it is lovely meeting viewers. Absolutely love it. But if I were to be recognised all the time, I think, yeah, it would definitely be a strange feeling, you know. So I do feel lucky to not be recognised that much, thankfully. Oh no, Darcy, mine just cracked last week right after the seal was just fixed. It will wait. It's always the way, isn't it? Always the way. All right, everyone. We've almost hit the 2-hour mark. Planned to do it for just an hour, and here we are again, the 2-hour mark. Getting quite tired now. It's oh my god, it's almost 11 p.m. here. So I am going to hit the hay, and it's been super fun. I should really structure these when this was impromptu, so I didn't plan it, but next time I'm gonna plan to show you some stuff like on a live stream, like maybe like some subjects, some topics in the news or something like that. Should be more fun. But I think you guys had fun as well. I certainly had fun, and it's always nice to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Are people in the comment section still speaking about the still talking about the aliens? About the interdimensional aliens? Okay, I'm probably going to look up the story about the aliens in Las Vegas now, so thanks. You've tickled my curiosity, that's for sure. Sorry if I didn't get to answer your questions, but I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I'll see you in the next video, which is tomorrow. Love you lots, and sweet dreams. Bye for now. God bless ya. See you soon. Mwah.